Hello guys, welcome back to this segment, and as always I have some more interesting updates for this video. And to start with, Super Falcons have now continued their preparation ahead of that final game against Japan, final group game in the Group C against Japan. That's actually going to be played tomorrow, being Wednesday. Time is 4 p.m. for that game, and you know what it is. Nigerian Super Falcons obviously needs to get a victory in that game, preferably with a 2-goal margin to increase their chances of actually qualifying. It's no news now. They actually lost their 2 games, first against Brazil 1-0 and then against Spain 1-0 as well. So it's very dicey right now for Nigerian Super Falcons, but again, it's still possible for them to qualify with a victory over Japan tomorrow. So the girls, were engaging in some really intensive training yesterday evening. Coach Randy Wardum, of course, leading the girls in that training session. Everything was going on well, but again, you can still tell, the fact from their training that it's lacking a bit of liveliness because of the fact that they've not really been able to get the results in the games. They've not actually scored any goals so far, so it's still the feeling or the atmosphere in the camp, Super Falcons camp, is not exactly the best right now. But again, they are not defined by the previous games. They are very, very focused right now. And again, if you saw the training, the pictures and everything, you would see that these girls are honestly serious and they want to churn out a victory for that game. In the previous video, I talked about Randy Wardum giving us a breakdown of a new possibility that might see Super Falcons actually qualify, and it's the fact that Canada are actually being sanctioned right now by FIFA because they spied on their opponent when they were training before their game. So the report is FIFA, are going to have to deduct 6 points from their total score, which will leave them to 0 points, and then they'll probably not be able to qualify anymore. So that means there's an increased chance for Nigerian Super Falcons to actually maybe take Canada's spot, if we merit it. But that remains to be seen. The preparation is intact for that one. Japan are no easy side, of course. They were the former champions. What we couldn't do on the night, Japan actually manned up and did that. I'm talking about beating Brazil. Brazil actually beat us, but Japan beats Brazil 2-1. So this goes to show you that it's not going to be an easy game against Japan, even though we are saying that Nigerian Super Falcons needs to get a victory. Anyhow that they have to do that, they need to get it because it's the only chance of trying to qualify. But it's not going to be an easy game against Japan, but it's something that we have to do if we must qualify. More updates are coming later as the day goes by, but right now preparation is intact. Randy Wardum and the girls obviously working it out in the training session. But moving away from that, just let me let you know that Chukwueze has now actually reacted to his performances against Man City in the preseason. If you followed the last 2 videos or thereabout, I actually talked about Chukwueze producing, the goods in that game that Milan played Man City. They actually won Man City 3-2, thanks to Chukwueze's double assist in the first half, a quick-fire assist, you might call that. He assisted in the 30th minute and then in the 35th minute, which was very important for Milan to actually go on and win that game. And the young man has now expressed how he truly felt about that game and the reason that actually made him to perform like we saw him perform on that night. And what he said is that it's just boils down to the new role that he's now been given by the new coach. He says that he likes the new coach because the new coach gave him an opportunity to fit in, to slot in the area that he likes to play straight away. He says it's important when someone gives you confidence, and he's assuring the fans that they are going to see a new side of Chukwueze this coming season. Well, we hope this is something that's going to last, and of course, right here from Nigeria, we are definitely cheering this man, Chukwueze. He suffered a lot. Last season wasn't the best of season for him, with lots of criticism coming his way. But again, he has, a new chance right now to actually prove himself under a new manager that looks to have entrusted him with a lot of responsibilities, especially the fact that he's going to be playing in position that he likes to play. But we'll see what happens with Samuel Chukwueze as the season starts. But next, this is the one that concerns Victor Osimhen. Apparently, Chelsea might have a bit of a shot at getting Osimhen, because the report right now is that Napoli are actually considering swapping Osimhen with Lukaku, and then Chelsea are going to also balance them, some money. So Napoli are now trying to see if they can swap Osimhen for Lukaku, because they really want Lukaku to move over immediately and start the preseason with Conte. Conte is a very, very big admirer of the Chelsea man, so he wants him to join. And then Napoli are also going to make some money out of it, but there hasn't been any agreement right now. It's still something that it's still a talk that has just recently started, and it's been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, who actually released that statement. But we'll see what happens. In the meantime, Osimhen continues to train with Napoli. He actually trained with them yesterday, even though we talked about it in the last video. Osimhen missed their preseason, their last preseason game, which they actually cruised to victory. I think they won that one 4-0. I talked about that in previous video. But Osimhen is back again, training positively with good vibes in the training center of Napoli. So there's a possibility he might be available for their next preseason game coming up later this week. But we'll see what happens. Napoli are still trying effortlessly to see how they can ship Osimhen out of the club, and also maybe get someone that they've already planned for, which is Lukaku, and then also some money possibly. But regarding this, more reports will definitely still be coming out in the next coming hours, and then we'll see what happens in the end. But moving on, let me let you know that Sevilla FC of the La Liga side has now penned a deal of partnership with Nigerian NPFL league. That's the Nigerian Professional Football League, and this is coming after this club signed one of our players, Chidera Ejike, and they are also on the verge of actually signing Kelechi Iheanacho. But the deal hasn't really been official right now. The report is that Kelechi agreed personal terms with them, and that he's going to move to the club this week to finalize the agreement, do a medical, and then sign the contract. But again, the club seems to be very interested in the Nigerian football, Nigerian society as a whole. Actually, the reason why the president of the Sevilla side actually decided to start this collaboration to help young football players in Nigeria in the NPFL. So what does this mean? This actually means that the Nigerian youth players from the NPFL, they can actually now have the access to train with Sevilla Football Club and their facilities. So this is definitely a win situation for Nigerian football, especially for the young and upcoming footballers. So it could be a platform for Nigerian players to actually transfer to the Sevilla side and then get signed in Sevilla or another club outside of Sevilla. And this is definitely such a good news, because it helps young footballers in Nigeria to break way through Sevilla. But that's the update for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow Football Stories on Facebook and on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Take care of yourselves and catch you in my next video.